Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier has been released for about 2 months now, with a lot of players either stay or go. For me personally, I really enjoy playing the game and I will continue to do so on the channel by covering future updates and or just chill and stream and maybe making guides and stuff like that in the future. I talk about how the game first impression hasn't been so good, but honestly, they have been fixing things and making promises. Even though they're still crashed, FPS for me personally has been improved. And there's communication between players and developers. Shoichi Ichikawa actually released a letter stating that he'll be doing his best to optimize the game for mobiles. So I say for now, we should trust in them and be patient. So for about 2 months now, the game has been doing decent only in the global server, but in Japan, it's actually growing pretty well with, 5 or 6 squad being in the final phase. If you ever go to East Asia server, it's packed with a lot of players. Anywhere you land, you'll encounter players, but we're not here to talk about that. Right now, the current content in the game we have is of course just solo and squad battle royale. To anyone who are curious about the ranking for Soldier Prime, you need to be at least 9,100 points for solo and 14,000 as of now for squad to be in the Soldier Prime. Why you will get demoted to first class is because it has been speculated that in Soldier Prime, there will be a limited slot for players only, maybe 100, maybe 200, who knows, they will announce it in the future. And it also has been noted there will be ranking rewards. Though I as an ambassador cannot confirm to you, I will of course let you all know when there is news about it. Now it's very important for Battle Royale game to provide different types of content, as BR itself can later get pretty boring with the same gameplay element that only provides playing against another living player. Maybe a new map will pop up in the future, but in these videos I want to talk about what are the future contents I want to see for Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier. I will also refer to a poll I posted in Facebook group as a reference because some of it are actually a pretty good idea. Number 1. PVE Story. Now, Final Fantasy has been a story-based game with just player versus environment. Most FF fans don't really like the idea of TFS and assuming that Square Enix just want a slice of the Battle Royale market. But honestly, I think they managed to make a Battle Royale genre that stands on its own with PvE being in the Battle Royale. But I guess what players want to see is story PvE, with the Battle Royale not being the only content in the game. The gameplay honestly for myself is good enough to be a PvE game. As of right now, the game is currently on its first season, which is the rise of Shinra, meaning we're all still candidates recruiting to be soldier. Maybe once we're official, maybe in season 2, they'll send us to some sort of mission, who knows. A co-op PvE is also something I want to see in the game. I mean, come on, the game already has boss and monster. I don't think it's impossible to make a co-op PvE. Come on, Square Enix, it is a Final Fantasy game. There better be a story and PvE. We're looking for that. Number 2, PC port. I know this is not content, but a lot of players are hoping to play this game on PC because it's more convenient for them, and some of us don't really want to buy a gaming phone or a new phone just to play this game. As it stands now, right now the game is pretty lag on mobile devices, even on some high-end gaming phones, so I honestly think that we should optimize it for the mobile first before ever coming to PC. But let's talk about the future first. If there were ever a PC release, I don't want it to be an emulator port. Make it a full PC port with progression cap, meaning I want all my skin, all my whatever there is, all my mastery to be there. I also want the PC to have its own personal ranking. To reset it, PC player will have their own ranking, mobile player will have their own ranking. So if I'm playing on PC, I'll have to regrind it for fairness, and if I'm playing on mobile, there will be a different ranking. Also to add in that, avoid cross-match unless the players don't mind teaming up with a PC players, because again, not a lot of people wish to get a PC, especially those who work on the go, and I really want to play with my friends. Let's say my little brother has a phone and I have a PC, and it's really inconvenient if I can't play together with him, I have to get a phone. So yeah, I really wish that's possible. Number 3, TDM, or maybe a hero style or melee style. Considering that we can get a Cloud material after beating Heartless Cloud and transform to him, we definitely will see more FF7 character material in the future. But you know what would be awesome? A hero-based TDM, just like sort of like Overwatch, but we'll use FF7 characters and we can play as them, Tifa, Barret, Sephiroth, Genesis, or even others from the main series. I mean, we can already get their materials, right? So I don't think it's impossible to make this mode, and it'll be really, really cool. Faction War, Wutai vs Shinra. Now someone wanted me to add this on the Facebook post to the poll, and I think it's a pretty cool idea while we're pretty far away from this kind of idea. I mean, he wanted to talk about a 335 versus 35. I think that would be pretty laggy for mobile devices, so maybe 15 versus 15. A Wutai vs Shinra where players have to choose faction to serve. I don't know if anyone ever plays Cable Online or Kaba Online, where they have a nation war every day at a specific time. I think that would be pretty cool, but my hope for this mode is probably very low, but I hope we'll get to see it. Or maybe it'll turn into some sort of PvE thing. I mean, we're soldiers and we're sent out to, fight Wutai. Next on my list is Chocobo Racing and Motor Racing. Hey, it's a Final Fantasy game. I don't need to say so much about it. I hope we have Chocobo Racing, Motor Racing, but make the combat like more better. Like they're just kicking and spinning slash. So hopefully we'll see a Chocobo Racing and Motor Racing where it's actually more on the FF7 remake rather than what it currently is now. So that would be pretty cool. Dual mode. Of course, a dual mode would be nice. Someone wanted me to add this into the poll, but I have to disagree on this due to the player base being too low for now. But hopefully in the future, when we have tons of players, it'll be possible. But for now, I don't think it's impossible for duo to versus a trio. Well, it'll be more slightly difficult, but with good decision making and good skills and sandwich condition, you can turn the tables around. Time attack PVE, where we'll fight the boss such as Scorpion Sentinel. Summons, please make summons fightable just like the remake, and other boss fight as well from the OG series, maybe Sephiroth, Cloud again, let there be solo or squad, the remaining HP, time attack, the remaining HP and time taken will give more point to it. I think the fan would really love this because sometimes we don't want to fight each other, sometimes we just want to fight monsters. That would be really cool. So time attack PvE, something I'll be looking forward as well. I don't think it's impossible. Every PvE element is in the game, so go ahead and just slap them in. Now my last one is pretty straightforward, collab. I wish to see more collab. Of course, the main series is gonna have collab just like Brave Exodus or World Vision. They'll make it a collab, and hopefully this game doesn't go through the same path as Final Fantasy Mobius on the mobile and Steam. But aside that, I wish to see Kingdom Hearts, Nier Automata, Star Ocean, and even my favorite JRPG of all time, Persona 4, 5. Come on, they're having collabs with World Vision. I hope they come here. I mean, I really just want to be Joker. It's still really bright here. Okay guys, these are the modes, contents, or whatever you want to call it, that I wish to see in Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier. If there's anything I missed out and you think it's a pretty cool idea, leave them down in the comment section below because I read all the comments on my channel. I'm Master Pentagon. I will be covering contents for Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, also an ambassador for the game. And I usually stream on YouTube if you want to join me. You know what to do. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all so much for your support, and happy 2022 again to all of you. And hey, it's just a game show.